Okay, let's take a look at our third bullet for question 1.1.2. And by this one, we have to check if any of the strings entered are empty. If they are, we need to display an appropriate message and then set the isValid variable to false. So the message that will be displayed then is not all data entered. Now what they're asking us to do here is to go and make sure that if somebody used this program, that they did type in their first name and surname, all three marks and all three mark allocations. If they didn't type one of these boxes in, then this message, not all data entered, has to pop up, and the Boolean variable called isValid will then switch from true to false. So how do I check if my strings are empty? And remember, you've got 5 different strings over here. So if you want to check something like this, I'm going to use the if-then loop, right? And if-then tells me that whatever is in true, if it is true, then I need to begin something new. So let's see how I work with this. I want to go see if the following is true. I want Delphi to make sure that the edit box first name isn't empty. And since I told Delphi that the text from this box is equal to S first name variable, I can just reference this whole line as S first name because it equals each other, which is correct. So S first name, it needs to equal nothing. And that's what I tell Delphi. If the first name equals nothing, then that message displays and isValid is then false. But I don't just have the first name, I've got 4 different variables and the string type as well. So I'm going to make sure that all of them are included. So surname as well, if that is equal to nothing, or if the subjects are equal to nothing, then we're going to make sure that the message displays. So let's go ahead and include all of our different strings. And you'll see that all of these look the same because we're checking the same thing for all of my strings. Now I've listed all 5 strings, and I want to tell Delphi that if any of these are empty, take a look over there. There's nothing between my quotes, so they're empty. Then you need to start the following event, right? So I'm going to open up begin and end because this event will only take place if this is true. If it's false, then this event doesn't take place. So if somebody does enter all of their details and they say validate data, it's going to then go through. But if they miss one thing, then this event will take place. And the event is firstly that my isValid variable needs to be set to false. So my Boolean isValid will equal false. That's the first thing that needs to happen. I need to make sure it changes from true to false. Next, what needs to happen is that I need to display a message, right? And to display a message is easy. You just use the show message code, and in your brackets, that's where you're going to then type in the message. Not all data entered. I'm just copying what I saw from the example, right? So over there. Oh, yeah, that's all. And then I want to go ahead and close it off and make sure that I've got my end so that I close the code altogether. So here I've now checked if any of these strings are empty, and if they are empty, isValid will be set to false and the following message will display.